Lord have mercy. Hello, sexy souls. How are you all doing? It's been morning, can I just say? All right, gonna try and do a reading right now. Hey, Terry, how have you been? I've been having a couple of those days here recently where I come on late and just have had a lot of things popping up and everything. So, anyway, it is a general reading. All right. Are you still in your residency, Terry? Or am I making that up? I'm trying to. You took your test already, right? So am I? God, sometimes I mix y'all up with other. I'm like, there's one that took the bar exam. There's one that, like medical exam, right? And attending. So you have a do you have a test, a licensure test after the residency? I feel like you can tell that I do not work in the medical field. So there you go, buddy. There you go. Okay. I can't help it. It's not my field. Like we have exams and licensures and things like that, but they happen at like obviously within the realm of social work, social services and stuff like that. It's just totally different than the medical field. I know. So that's my bad. Mm-hmm. So, but I've actually also had somebody who was taking the bar exam that also had a reading. And so it's like it's amazing. There's some exceptional, wonderful individuals in all kinds of walks of life that I have done a reading for. And I'm like, I think I got it together. I need it, Terry. I need it. Do you see this face? I need that. Okay. I've been a little under the weather, but I'm good now. And so I deserve it. It's got a lot of chocolate in it. Just letting you know. All right. So they're already talking to you. They didn't give me much before coming on. Hey, Manishka. They didn't give me much before coming on. So I'm not really sure. Okay. Oh, actually, the only little bit that they did give me before coming on was this is going to be a lax, easy kind of a pace. Okay, guys? Today. So I'm asking for a gentle flow of information. I've got my sweatshirt on. Like when I tell you it's chilly outside, like the high is maybe 72. And that won't even happen till like 3 or 4 p.m. So like I'm just chilling. I'm cozy. Okay, I'm cozy. So the thing that they were reminding me of was it's the 1010 portal. Like numerically or numerologically that holds certain energies for people, certain people. And then they kept reminding me how many times we've had the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles and the 10 of wands and the 10 of swords. Like it's been 10 10 10 10. There's one day where there's 3 10s and all of the ones back to back. Hey babe, coming through. So I was like, okie dokies. And so I was like, I guess that's inclination that it felt like I needed to come on. So I'm here. So we're going to start off with Madame Medora's fortune telling. And also, just as a reminder, my website is open for readings. Okay. You can book. You do have to submit your inquiry because I like to filter them. And filtering in the sense of I want to make sure that someone isn't like in a very desperate place. That's never a place to get a reading when you are in like there is emergency like times where you need one, but I'm talking like where somebody's like, I've had it where people are like, spirit can tell me either this, this, or this. And I was like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You don't get to pigeonhole spirit into the message and like they can only answer you one of three things. And it's like you gotta, you ask a question, you've got, so I have to screen, because there's just some people that are not a good candidate for getting a reading. And I never want to be in a position or want a person to be in a position where they bank everything on a reading. Like that is not, we are not codependent in my world on spirit. Okay. Spirit is here to help, not to do for somebody. So that is the reason why I want to make sure somebody's in a healthy place to receive a reading prior to getting a reading. So, but it is open, and you can go to my website, and then the website is usually listed in the description box, just so people are aware. All right, so now we get to, it's going to be a leisurely reading, okay, guys? Your abilities will be enhanced. I feel like this is, well, this says Mystic Circle, and I think that the initial response really felt very spiritually based, but they're also giving me your abilities, like the ability to do something is going to be enhanced. Which could be all the way down to having the resources to do something. Sometimes the only thing that prevents us from having the ability to do something is either the opportunity or the like the resources or just the knowledge. Like your ability to do something is going to be increased, enhanced. I'm not so sure. The way that came out, I paused on this. Does that make sense? I paused on it. Beware who you trust. Funny. The wolf is a spirit that I usually liken to. Okay, so like if you have something either something covertly affecting you, or like in a dream state, like I would say call on the wolf spirit, because they will sniff that shit out. They're very protective energy, and they will sniff it out. Like it's almost like if you, okay, so the only way to, I'm gonna just give you like if you were being psychically attacked in your sleep, and it can be very difficult to determine the source. And something about wolf spirit would be able to figure that out. It's like a hound, where they sniff the scent out, like they find out of what seems to be nothing. I don't know why I want to say it like that. We're going to put this to the side. I think this feels more of like a side note, because it was very questionable as to whether I was going to take it out, but I also don't want to put it back in. So we're going to put it over here and figure out where it fits in this. There's something that they're bringing me to, the mystic circle, the circle, which again is a level of protection, almost feeling like that. Like almost somehow like your ability to move forward or do something, like however that's being enhanced. Okay, a sly and subtle approach. So it is, I get it. It's almost as if me wanting to put it to side makes it feel like it's not like a fear tactic. It's not to instill some level of fear within you. But when you get the opportunity or something, the leverage, the access, we talked about that. That was the last reading, getting access to something. There were energies that were not too happy about it. There may be people that are like, very judgmental that feel like you shouldn't be the one. I've seen this on TikTok, guys. Okay, TikTok, it's ridiculous. There are some people that make it their crusade to be the police and the heroine or hero of tarot readings and telling you why you should and shouldn't believe somebody. And I have seen people try to sit there and call out individuals for their interpretation. And there's one on TikTok right now that's like going for all the big creators that shouldn't have a big following. Even fucking says that. I'm like, oh, ding 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 ding, red flag, red flag. Projection much? I'm just sorry. And then it's like, if you don't read it exactly as the book says it, well, the meaning is, and it's like, it's called divination, my child. Meaning that spirit's involved in this. That whatever the card is, whether it's the picture or the original meaning of it, is the starting point of the energy, not the message. And if they go after people if they don't do it just a certain way, like this level of entitlement, like they're trying to make their success off the back of somebody else's because they can't stand that somebody else. And it's like they somehow think they're on a crusade, like they're the police of this, like they are the be all end all knowledge of something. And so they'll make it a point to go after somebody because they can't stand that person has attention. That's what it feels like. And sometimes I'm like, if you're that fucking basic that all you do is regurgitate the meaning from the tarot book, I mean, tell me you can't fucking read cards without telling me you can't fucking read cards. Tell me you're not a good tarot reader without telling me you're not a good tarot. If you can't put multiple cards together, much like different words for a sentence, and get a whole new meaning, because you can use the same words in multiple combinations, right, in a sentence and have different meanings. And so it brings to life, it means something completely otherworldly and outside of itself, as opposed to if you just use the words alone. Like the level of, okay, sorry. So your ability to do something being increased is going to probably irritate certain individuals. And so it's almost as if it's like the subtle approach where it feels more of an observatory approach. Like you kind of almost don't make any assumptions with people, let them show their true colors, and then believe them the first time they tell you who they are. That's what it feels like. Like, I am the kind of person, and so are a lot of neurodivergent people, where because I would never do something like that, I assume you wouldn't. And it's like, don't make any assumptions like that. While you don't have to project onto every single person that you meet that they are whatever, it's the level of discernment on your part to it's just approaching something with a discerning eye, right? And so it's like not giving away your entire deck right up front, like not just being, because I can be exceptionally, as a part of what I do here, I share lots of information. And there's like, there comes a point where it's like, okay, while that is like sharing your experiences to help make Spirit's message real and tangible for somebody, there's times where it goes a little too far, and it's like you need to reel that in almost, right? I get those messages from Spirit sometimes. It's like, nah, 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 nah. You're giving somebody access to nooks and crannies of you that should not have access to that, okay? And so it's like, it's almost like being too trusting. It's going up to every dog and petting them. It is the child that knows no stranger, right? And it's almost like a little more subtlety, a little more cleverness, like a fox, very cunning. You need to be a little more cunning in regards to this, is what I want to say. I'm going to still put this over there because there's still some more. And I feel like something with the serpent is like people will be very sly, right? They will try to approach something and come across as one thing, when they're really not. So they take this really like, I want it's like a backhanded approach where it's very like the people who adopt your beliefs and adopt your mannerisms, and like they model themselves after you to come up to be like to disarm you. Thank you. They needed to give me that word. I was like, I was struggling. So it's almost like, and that's what the serpent is, right? Like some see the serpent as, good Lord, not to be trusted. You never know when it's going to strike. Time is of the essence. Authority and diplomacy. That's your stance. That's your way of approaching something, okay? Then we have good fortune and friendship. And darkness looms on the horizon. I think that the idea is you're going to have a lot of attention. You're going to have new people coming into your life. You're going to have a new circle. And as you're attracting more attention because you're getting access to something you didn't have access to before, you're getting more ability to do something. It's almost as if it's like hidden within the people that show up as friends. It's not to be alarming to you. Now, I'm curious about the times of the essence, and I think that has something to do with your abilities being enhanced. And so you're going to have to take a very leadership approach, the king. Like you're really going to have to you're going to have to be on your A game. You're going to have to be the Queen of Swords type of energy, seeing the greater picture. Wanting to believe the best in people, but understanding that that's not always the case, and really filtering through individuals, sussing them out. Does that make sense? And that doesn't mean that you automatically treat people as if they are untrustworthy, but you protect yourself, okay? It's not an attempt to be, because I mean, somebody with authority and diplomacy approaches things without a colored lens. All right. A true honorable king or emperor or, ruler is fair and just, neither assuming 100% innocence or assuming guilt in anything, but seeing things and witnessing the facts as they are and believing them. It's almost the actions speak louder than words type of situation. It is believing a person when they tell you who they are the first time, whether through words or actions, okay? Watching for their consistencies. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I feel like they're telling you now you need to kind of be on your A game. It's funny that I ended up putting these two on each side. The beware who you trust, sly, slick approach, and then the good fortune, because what happens when you have access to this is getting exceptionally good fortune and new people. And so it's almost like the darkness to me isn't so much always attracting the negative. It is the not always right away being aware of those that you're attracting to you, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the time is of the essence piece. We're going to do Hermetic Tarot. I'm sure Manishka is like walking around not even paying attention. We'll just hide them. Here we go. We got it. I mean, I feel like they are the epitome of exactly what this reading is saying, correct? Right? Yeah, you're going to have more attention. We have the star card coming up first with this. Your abilities being enhanced is giving you access. Your ability to do something is giving you access to things. Shooty toots, 2 swords. Let's see. Mm-hmm. And it seems as though some level of decision making needs to. Thank you, Manishka. I mean, we've had worse. They were literally just putting 100, 100, 100, 100. So, I mean, it wasn't like they were saying horrible things or anything, but it was just filling up the chat and stuff. So, we've had worse around here. So we have star card with a 2 of swords. Like somehow this attention or this being thrust into the forefront somehow puts you in the position of needing to make decisions. And the funny thing is they're giving me down here now, this isn't normal 2 of swords, but in the Hermetic Tarot it says peace restored at the bottom. There's an element, they keep saying something about healing here. And I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's not quite coming in clear just yet. So we're going to hold on to that. I always want to push that out there so that you know what I'm hearing. But it doesn't, I think it'll make sense in a minute. Let's put it that way. We have the 3 of Pentacles with the King of Swords. 3 of Pentacles is the things are going to start growing, building, expanding. And 3 of Pentacles is always about bringing in the other energies, the networks in which you connect with, the people that are going to be surrounding you, right? 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, bringing in other energies to you, working with those energies. So this is going to be more people, especially with the 3 of Pentacles. You're talking about collaborations, cooperation, working with individuals to expand what you've created. So there's a level of acknowledgement being seen, thrust in the forefront, like your ability to reach more people, your ability to do whatever it is that you do is going to be expanded. And you will be forced to make decisions to maintain your peace. And 2 swords is going to be the epitome of the discernment, right? Because sometimes you have the two truths where somewhere like the actual truth is in the middle, and then you have like the 2 truths where it's like both are equally important, and you have to make a decision as to in that moment which do you choose over the other, which requires you to forsake the self and which one does not. That's those types of crossroads, right, that we come up to. And the King of Swords is the Chariot of Winds in this particular deck. And it is for the sake of forward movement. Like there's decisive decisions. Meaning that there's not this waffling. There's not this sitting like, well, maybe, I don't know. Or establishing a boundary and saying, oh, well, second chances. They just said second chances, all kinds of, like, you have to be really astute. I don't know why they're giving me these words about establishing your boundaries and upholding those. Okay. It's just a lot is going to be required of you. We have multiple cards, okay, of making decisions here. But specifically the Two of Swords and the King of Swords. The King of Swords is beyond just the knowing piece, right? It's not enough to be in the Queen of Swords energy and see and being at the ready to make those decisions. You have to follow through on them, right? Decisions usually require action. Otherwise, it's just a thought. Why are we bringing this up? I feel as though we have a dual message here. It might have something to do with the star when we talked about healing. Like, I feel as though what they're saying is you went through a period, like you've already healed this aspect of yourself. And we have the Six of Cups. First and foremost, it is the return to pleasure. It is when things finally start going good in your life and other people see you being happy and see you living into something. The attraction of that, right? And I feel like the healing is you've already healed through the things that allowed you or kept you in the energy of maintaining these connections and relationships and things that were not necessarily good for you, things that you left behind in the past for a reason. There may be an attraction to this. It gives the feeling in the air of somehow like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right? King of Swords. We have the King twice. It is being diplomatic and fair, but being the authority in your own life, not waiting for something exponentially negative to happen in order for you to draw that boundary and to eliminate things. It is obviously being conscious and aware that when people come around of the past history that there is, what the risk is of including them in that, how they may present differently, even family, even close friends. But also believing somebody who has maybe stuck around and will continue the facade, but not everybody's going to be happy about when things start to happen and expand for you, especially if it's not happening for them. And the story of that person on TikTok who's like going after other people because like that got brought up in me for a reason. They reminded me of that. And I'm like, yeah, it's the idea of you've got what I want. Why are you getting the attention? You don't deserve that. And some people will want the energy by proxy. You don't have to be some massive celebrity for people to want that. There are people that will just feed off of other people's good energy. I feel good about myself because there's good shit happening around me instead of to me. You know what I mean? And we'll stick around for strictly that. You have been through enough to be able to make these decisions. The decisions that are going to be necessary, Lord of Peace, to maintain your peace. Because like I said, as you expand, people are going to be attracted to what you're doing, what's happening with you. So there's a return to pleasure within your life, pleasurable experiences. We have the Hermit card right here. The voice of light, the entire reason and purpose that you were placed on the timeout or the stagnation to go within. Like I feel like there's been some level of block into your expanse, like expanding on whatever path it is, moving forward, right? There was a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, especially about the self that you have gathered. And whether you enjoyed that period or not, there's no denying that you are not exactly the same as you were before. This right here, your truth. When you had nothing else you could focus on but yourself, you came to your truth. Like that's why a lot of people love to be busy, because as soon as life stalls out or slows down, all they have is themselves and their thoughts and their emotions, and they have to kind of like, they have no choice but to feel them, hear them, experience them. They can't direct their energy or their attention to anything else. It is that inner wisdom and that new perspective and that true voice of yours that is going to dictate your actions. It's the Two of Wands, and it's all about the choice of the action that you're going to take. So the idea that somehow falling right underneath the King of Swords is that this requires action. It's not just about a mental understanding. What is time is of the essence, please? Help me to understand this. So in the Hermit's lantern is the Merkaba. That is like your northern star, your inner compass, right? The Merkaba is what guides you. The High Priestess here is called the Silver Star. It is the star within the Hermit's lantern. This is the internal higher knowing of everything. Matched with the Two of Pentacles. Which is a new or next step. Pivot, we can say, in your life. At the bottom of it, it's called harmonious change. So if it's paired with the time is of the essence next to the High Priestess, this is almost like divine timing, like because now's the time. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, today. Is the time of the essence have something to do with things being enhanced? Can you explain this, please? Oh. So we have your abilities will be enhanced. Like your abilities. Let's think of abilities as your capability is going to be enhanced, is going to be expanded, is going to be increased. Where there may have been no avenues before, Two of Pentacles, new avenues arrive. Time of the essence is quickly. Things will expand, opportunities will show up, your capability to do something will show up very quickly. With the expansion of these abilities is more attention on yourself and a return to pleasure within your life. You'll actually fucking be happy. And so if we're saying this is a fated, harmonious change, I would say it's from the Three of Swords, the Lord of Sorrows. There's also a need that they're giving me with the good fortune and friendship, because it's almost as if this must come in, because if not, there may be a level also of like, it's almost like the support that you need, the good fortune and friendship will help thwart any darkness that seems to be heading your direction. It's the unicorn, the thing you didn't think existed, wasn't real, wasn't possible. So it seems like this expansion of your ability to do something is coming in a very timely manner to prevent something, like to prevent a negative event, to prevent darkness within your life. Because it's coming in exceptionally fast with the Eight of Wands. See, Lord of the fertile land, your ability being enhanced, your capacity is being enhanced. Fertile, all the potential. Give me more on this. Okay. It's like giving you the ability to get yourself out of something before it arrives. Because with the Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles is security. Emperor, taking the lead, creating the empire. And the Seven of Wands is for yourself's sake. It's for you. Seven of Wands is ensuring it is being true and honest to yourself. How do we go from, why are we going from something enhancing, having more attention because of it, and then the need to be kind of like exceptionally discerning because of the energies that are around. It's a very harmonious change that's coming. Obviously, people are going, it's going to garner more attention. How to go from that to this? Like, where's the bridge? Secret Tarot. I'll tell you in just a minute. It's going to create more desire for you Who are these? So also let's take a look at this. I don't know what darkness like this expansion is going to pull you out of, what sorrow is going to pull you out of. But we have the Knight of Pentacles, Emperor, and the Knight of Cups. And when I am asking about this, I'm like, suddenly I'm like, there's a lot of people with this, and it's because you become more desirable. It is the idea and notion that somehow your light comes back on, and just like anything, moths are attracted to flames. And so there's this, you become more desirable to people. And then I'm like, when I ask, I'm like, who are these people? Oh, Lord. Seven of Cups. Options. Options. And that would make a lot of sense with the Seven of Wands, having to protect yourself, standing in your truth. No, we've got slide and subtle approach. Like people try to be real slick with it, being beware who you trust. You're going to have good fortune and friendship, but that will attract. But it's funny because in this, there's also the idea and notion that somehow this time is of the essence, because whatever expansion is meant to happen is to stop you from experiencing some other sorrow or darkness. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, Spirit. Tell me. Somehow Spirit really wants to bring in more people. They want you to experience and have support, soul tribe, things like that. Like it's intentional. We have the Eight of Cups, which is a leaving behind energy of things that no longer fulfill you, of the past. I don't know. Is there a concern? Concern if you stay in the hermit mode for too long? They don't want. Okay, so here's the thing. It's so funny. We have the Eight of Cups. That's whatever dark, like this time is of the essence. They have to make you more visible. And so like get you more sociable in different networks so that you can leave something behind, which is the hermit mode, which may have been the darkness that would, like, the stories bebopping back and forth, but it's like so that other cup could come in. You've probably been in a sorrowful place, and I did say that's what needed to change, the Three of Swords. And there's something about if they don't get you out of that soon, it may lead to a dark place. You may be stuck, like unwilling to come out of hermit mode, unwilling to connect, unwilling to, and that stifles your expansion. But you're walking away from that so that the cup can come in. And as we know, if you take the Eight of Cups, add one cup to it, it's the Nine of Cups, your desire, your wish fulfillment. Harmonious change. So your expanse is important at this point. It's almost as if this harmonious change must happen to bring in a series of events in order for the new path. The new path is necessary in order for you to bring about lasting and permanent peace. It's as if somehow right now is the time that the shift from sorrow and introspection and self-reflection, self-exploration, all of that is meant to change. Like the diamond that's been polished. And you're at the point where it like time is of the essence. You're meant to have lasting peace now. But something about your capability being expanded so you can have access to the Two of Pentacles that lead you to your like your ability needs to be enhanced in order for this to happen. You have to garner the attention. You have to come into this good fortune and friendship is necessary. The people surrounding you, but it's almost as if like everything good has like the bittersweet aspect to it, where it's like, it isn't like you can just like, oh, everything's good, I don't have to worry about nothing. You still have to utilize what you've learned in this hermit mode with your level of discernment. You are still in charge of protecting your boundaries, your worth, your self-respect, your confidence. Like that is still your responsibility. And when things get good, people and situations will be attracted to that. And you are ultimately, Two of Swords twice, the one that must be making the decisions, which include actions, not just like, oh, you have to take this approach. You're just about to get more attention, more people, more things happening in your life. There's going to be expansion. And because of that, even though things are going to get good and return to pleasurable experiences, and you're going to have a bit more of a lasting peace, you still are at the helm of maintaining that peace. You are the one that's responsible. But Jesus. I'm going to put that back. That's way too much. I'm not doing a book. I'm going to see if there's anything else. Do you want to say anything else about this? We do have the Eight of Wands. Like, I feel like this is about how quickly from sorrow to expansion and happiness and pleasure you'll go, like on a dime. Somebody is going to receive attention for the work that they do. Queen of Wands is you've gotten really good at something and it's garnering a lot of attention. and preserving your sense of self, epitome of the Queen of Wands, and standing in your power needs to be your main focus when this happens. And I think that it's going to be coming about quickly. And they're just like, don't forget the role that you play. Maintain your peace. Things will be put right. Keep everything. 2 cards about balance. And that is aided in you owning your truth, a thing that took a while to cultivate, and you taking the lead in maintaining that homeostasis within your life. So whether you let people back in or anybody new, you need to take that more calculated, diplomatic, authoritative. Life doesn't happen to you. You are not a victim when people come in and they do X, Y, and Z. You have authority in to establish what you are and are not willing to accept, and what you are and are not willing to put your energy towards. Okay. Alrighty. That's that. I do appreciate but something is coming in. And it definitely is going to take you to your wish fulfillment, your personal true contentment, restoration of joy. Okey-doke. Is what it is, guys. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad that you were able to come on. I hope this message finds whoever it is meant for. And I will be back on again later this week. Enjoy your day.